Since the middle of June, we've been working quite a bit with a 2016 KTM 150SX. We were able to acquire one shortly after the KTM dealer show. The model's all new. It's got the new chassis. It's got the same components that the 2015 factory editions had. And me personally, I actually wanted to spend a little bit of time on that model, but those components, because opinions have varied tremendously about what the public likes and doesn't like about that fork in particular. So I wanted to ride it a little bit myself so I could relate to what's being said, good and bad, about the performance of that fork.
It is June 2015. We just had an opportunity to ride the new 2016 KTM SX models. We are really excited about these new bikes. KTM has done a great job with the new chassis. We've identified a few areas of improvement with the suspension. The shock may be a little bit soft in some cases, and the forks have a tendency to dive and maybe a little bit twitchy in the front end.
The last couple of years here at Factory Connection has been really interesting and pretty exciting because we started with one dyno. We upgraded to a more powerful dyno a couple of years ago, and things that we speculated about in the past or maybe thought we're able to prove or learn now with this piece of equipment. Just having a dyno is one thing, but truly being able to utilize the data that you're able to pull off of that piece of equipment is another. But at the same time, ultimately the riders are the most important thing, and what they feel and what they say about the service we deliver is most important. So that being said, I don't ever want to lose sight of the importance of track and field testing. I just want to be able to utilize the two things in the way we develop settings and moving forward into the future.
So here in the dyno lab, back in the R&D department, been out in the field for several weeks now testing 2016 product. So you can see in the background here we've got some forts that have been set up. This is a result of some testing that started back in California. So we did a bunch of work out west, harder packed tracks, Glen Helen, big downhills, high demand sort of thing. Now we're back here on the East Coast in New Hampshire, and we've been out testing in some softer soil, sand, deeper rollers, that sort of thing. And now, of course, now that we have customers that are giving us a thumbs up on the setting, we're pushing everything through the dyno to make sure that we're dotting our I's and crossing our T's to make sure that everything is the way it should be for safety, longevity of product, shim flex, oil fatigue, all that sort of good stuff.
We're starting to map out the frame and the geometry and all the chassis components. When we're looking at suspension and how it works and how we can get the best performance out of the suspension, we need to really understand the entire motorcycle, the entire chassis. So we're looking at everything from wheelbase to center of gravity, pull rods, linkage, motion ratios. All these things have a profound effect on how the suspension works. So the better we understand that, the better we can develop our settings and create a suspension package that works for everybody. So when we go out field testing, we try and test with numerous different riders, different ability levels. We want to test at different tracks, different types of terrain, maybe even some different weather conditions. That allows us to really have a good understanding of how the suspension works from a varying type of ability level to terrain type.
By the time the 2016 KTM model line hits the showroom floors, we'll be ready.